Did you know that drinking just one spoonful of salt water may spark over 10 surprising changes in your body? That's right, something as simple as salt mixed with water may influence your digestion, brain function, energy, and even sleep quality. You've probably used salt in your food every day, but when you drink it the right way, it acts like a powerful internal reset. In this video, we'll tell you exactly what happens when you drink a spoonful of salt water, backed by science and explained in easy language. But salt water isn't for everyone. Stay tuned until the end, because we'll also tell you who should never try this and why it could do more harm than good in certain cases. As always, consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your health routine. Let's get started. 1. Replenishes electrolyte balance. Most people think dehydration is just about not drinking enough water, but the real issue is usually a lack of electrolytes. When you take a spoonful of salt water, you're giving your body a quick dose of essential minerals that restore the balance between fluids inside and outside your cells. Sodium is the major player here. It helps regulate the movement of water in and out of your cells, which controls everything from blood pressure to muscle contractions. Without enough sodium, your cells can't hold on to the water they need to function properly. That's why even with plenty of water, you might still feel tired, dizzy, or weak. Your electrolyte levels are off. According to a large-scale study in PubMed, adequate sodium intake plays a central role in maintaining electrolyte balance and reducing the risk of cardiovascular events by regulating fluid volume and nerve function. 2. Stimulates digestive enzymes and bile secretion. Your stomach doesn't just get to work on its own, it needs the right signals to activate digestion. When you drink a spoonful of salt water, the taste of sodium immediately triggers receptors in your mouth that send a message to your brain: food is on the way. This sets off a reflex that increases saliva production and tells your stomach to start releasing digestive acids and enzymes, even before you take your first bite. The sodium chloride in salt water is key here. It helps stimulate the parietal cells in your stomach lining to release hydrochloric acid, which is essential for breaking down protein and activating enzymes like pepsin. Without enough acid, your body can't properly digest or absorb nutrients. So this kickstart is a big deal. A study published in Bioscience Reports explains that chloride ions from salt are essential for the secretion of hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which activates enzymes like pepsin and promotes efficient digestion. 3. Improves hydration efficiency. Chugging plain water might feel refreshing, but your body doesn't always absorb it efficiently. That's where a spoonful of salt water may make a real difference. It actually helps your cells hold on to the water you drink, keeping you better hydrated for longer. The magic starts with sodium, which activates special transporters in your small intestine called sodium-glucose co-transporters. These transporters pull both glucose and water into your cells. Without enough sodium, much of the water you drink just passes through without being fully absorbed. So by adding natural salt to water, you're giving your body the tools it needs to retain and use that hydration more effectively. Then there's potassium, found in many mineral-rich salts. It works alongside sodium to regulate the movement of fluids across cell membranes. This balance ensures that your muscles, nerves, and even your brain receive the hydration they need to function at their best. With just one spoonful of the right salt water, you're not just drinking water, you're absorbing it the way your body truly needs. Research published in ResearchGate confirms that sodium enhances water absorption in the small intestine by activating sodium-glucose co-transporters, making salt water more hydrating than plain water. 4. Supports adrenal function and cortisol regulation. Do you feel drained even after a full night's sleep? Your adrenal glands might be calling for help. These tiny glands on top of your kidneys produce cortisol, the hormone that manages stress, energy, and even blood pressure. A spoonful of salt water in the morning may offer a surprising boost by directly supporting how these glands function. Sodium, a key mineral in salt water, is essential for the adrenal glands to regulate aldosterone, another hormone that controls fluid balance and blood pressure. When sodium levels drop too low, the adrenals have to work overtime to keep up, which may lead to fatigue and hormone imbalance. Another helpful compound is trace lithium, found in some natural sea salts. In small dietary safe amounts, lithium has been shown to support mood stability and reduce the effects of chronic stress by influencing neurotransmitters involved in adrenal signaling. This gentle, natural support helps bring your cortisol rhythm back into balance, so you feel more energized, focused, and calm throughout the day. A review in the International Journal of Hypertension outlines how sodium levels directly influence adrenal hormones like aldosterone and cortisol, helping maintain blood pressure and manage the body's stress response. 5. Boosts nutrient absorption in the gut. Most people don't realize this, but even the healthiest meals may go to waste if your gut isn't set up to absorb nutrients. That's where a spoonful of salt water comes in. It helps prime your digestive system so vitamins and minerals actually make it into your bloodstream where they're needed. Hydrochloric acid is made in your stomach by chloride. This acid is crucial for breaking down food and unlocking nutrients like iron, calcium, and vitamin B12. Without enough chloride, your stomach acid weakens and absorption drops. Salt water naturally delivers this chloride, helping restore a digestive environment that's ready to work. In mineral-rich salts like Himalayan or Celtic salt, calcium is another benefit. Calcium isn't just a bone mineral. It also helps activate enzymes in the small intestine that break down fats and proteins. These enzymes improve nutrient uptake at the cellular level. With just one spoonful of the right salt water, you're creating the conditions your gut needs to pull more from your meals, making every bite count a little more. A paper in the Nutrients Journal shows that stomach acid, which relies on chloride from salt, is vital for the absorption of key nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and calcium. 6. Enhances detoxification pathways. Your body has a built-in detox system, but it needs the right tools to work smoothly. One spoonful of salt water may help activate these pathways by supporting both elimination and internal cleansing, starting right from your gut and extending to your liver. The first ingredient that helps is sulfate, found in trace amounts in mineral-rich salts like Himalayan pink salt. Sulfates play a key role in phase 2 liver detoxification, where harmful compounds are made water-soluble so they may be excreted. This allows the liver to safely neutralize chemicals, heavy metals, and metabolic waste, keeping your system from getting overloaded. Then there's the role of magnesium, also found in many natural salts. Magnesium encourages muscle contractions in the colon, which helps promote regular bowel movements. This clears out toxins that might otherwise linger and get reabsorbed into the bloodstream. By gently stimulating both liver and gut, salt water supports a full-body detox process without harsh cleanses or extreme diets. According to an article in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism, natural sources of sulfate, found in mineral salts, support liver detoxification by aiding phase 2 enzymatic reactions that make toxins water-soluble and easier to eliminate. 7. Balances blood sugar levels. Most of us think of blood sugar as only related to carbs, but your mineral balance plays a major role too. A spoonful of salt water, when made with the right kind of salt, may actually help your body manage glucose more efficiently and reduce those sudden energy crashes. The first mineral that steps in is sodium, which is essential for proper insulin signaling. Sodium helps cells absorb glucose by maintaining the electrical gradient needed for insulin to bind effectively. When sodium levels are too low, insulin can't do its job as well, leading to higher blood sugar and reduced energy. A balanced sodium intake supports smoother blood sugar control, especially after meals. The next ally is chromium, a trace element present in natural, unprocessed salts such as sea salt. Chromium improves insulin sensitivity by helping glucose move into cells more easily. This keeps blood sugar from spiking too fast and dropping too hard. A clinical study published in the Journal of Medicine and Life demonstrates that chromium, a trace mineral present in some unrefined salts, improves insulin sensitivity and enhances glucose metabolism, supporting better blood sugar control. 8. Improves sleep and melatonin production. If you find yourself tossing and turning at night, your mineral balance might be the hidden culprit. A spoonful of salt water, taken at the right time, may help calm your nervous system and support the natural production of melatonin, your body's sleep hormone. One important mineral involved is sodium, which helps regulate fluid balance in your brain. When sodium drops too low, especially after sweating or stress, it may trigger a spike in adrenaline and disrupt your ability to relax. Restoring sodium levels with natural salt water reduces this stress signal, helping the parasympathetic nervous system take over, which promotes calm and prepares your body for sleep. The second key player is boron, a trace mineral found in some unrefined salts like Himalayan pink salt. Boron supports the pineal gland, which is responsible for producing melatonin. It also helps extend the duration of deep sleep by influencing brainwave activity. By combining sodium's calming effect with boron's support for melatonin, a single spoonful of salt water may help reset your internal clock and give you a deeper, more restful night's sleep. Research featured in the National Library of Medicine suggests that melatonin production has an effect on helping to improve sleep quality and duration. 9. Promotes alkaline balance in the body. Most people think salt water is acidic, but when you use mineral-rich salts, it may actually support your body's alkaline balance. This matters because your body works hard to keep your blood slightly alkaline, around a pH of 7.3 to 7.4, and even small shifts may affect energy, digestion, and inflammation levels. One powerful contributor is potassium, found in many natural salts like Celtic or Himalayan salt. Potassium works alongside bicarbonate in your bloodstream to neutralize excess acids from food, stress, or metabolic waste. This helps reduce acid buildup in tissues and takes pressure off your kidneys, which constantly filter and regulate pH balance. The Journal of Renal Nutrition highlights that alkaline minerals like potassium and calcium, found in natural salts, help buffer excess dietary acid, support kidney function, and maintain the body's optimal pH balance. 10. Strengthens cellular communication and nerve impulse transmission. Your brain, muscles, and heart all rely on one thing to function smoothly: communication between cells. A spoonful of salt water may enhance that communication by improving how your body sends and receives electrical signals. The star of this process is sodium, which creates the electrical charge needed for nerve impulses to fire. Every time you move a muscle or form a thought, sodium ions shift in and out of your cells, generating an action potential. Without enough sodium, these signals slow down or misfire, which may lead to brain fog, fatigue, or poor coordination. Salt water helps restore that electrical rhythm, keeping your nervous system sharp. An additional key player is chloride, which counteracts the positive charge that sodium produces. It's critical for maintaining the resting membrane potential of nerve cells, which is like keeping a phone charged and ready to ring. Chloride also helps regulate signal timing, so your body may respond quickly and clearly. A review in Alcohol Research and Health explains that sodium and chloride are essential for generating and transmitting electrical impulses between nerve cells, playing a critical role in muscle movement, brain activity, and coordination. Now that we are done explaining the benefits, let's discuss some caution before drinking water with salt. When salt water does more harm than good. We often hear about the benefits of salt water, especially when using natural mineral-rich salts. But here's the thing. You and I need to know that it's not always safe. In some health conditions, even a small amount of salt water may aggravate symptoms, worsen existing imbalances, or lead to new complications. 1. High blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, drinking salt water, even in small amounts, may raise your risk. Sodium causes the body to retain water, which increases the volume of fluid in your bloodstream. That extra volume puts more pressure on your artery walls, which may raise blood pressure even further. For someone already dealing with hypertension, this spike may lead to complications such as headaches, heart palpitations, or even risk of stroke. Even though natural salts contain minerals like potassium and magnesium, the sodium load remains significant enough to disrupt blood pressure regulation. Your heart has to work harder to pump against the added resistance, and over time, this may lead to more serious cardiovascular strain. So if you're managing high blood pressure, salt water isn't a gentle detox. It's an added stressor your body doesn't need. 2. Kidney disease or impaired renal function. For anyone with compromised kidney function, the kidneys already struggle to filter out excess sodium from the blood. Drinking salt water adds to that burden. When sodium levels rise, your kidneys must work overtime to eliminate it, and in weakened kidneys, that filtration process becomes inefficient. This not only leads to fluid retention, swelling in the legs or hands, and elevated blood pressure, but may also accelerate the decline in kidney performance. Even trace minerals from natural salts aren't enough to offset the strain high sodium places on renal systems. So if you're on a low sodium or kidney protective diet, salt water may undo the very progress your body is trying to make. 3. Heart conditions. If you have a history of heart disease, especially conditions like congestive heart failure, salt water may be particularly risky. Sodium increases blood volume by promoting water retention, which forces the heart to pump harder to circulate that excess fluid. In a compromised heart, this added workload may trigger shortness of breath, chest tightness, and swelling, especially in the lower extremities. For those with weakened cardiac function, fluid buildup in the lungs or body is not just uncomfortable, it's potentially life-threatening. Even low doses of salt water may destabilize your cardiovascular balance, especially if you're already taking diuretics or heart medications. The body's ability to regulate salt and fluid shifts is impaired in these conditions, so what may seem like a harmless sip may set off a dangerous chain reaction. It's best to skip the salt water entirely and follow cardiac-safe hydration practices. 4. Liver cirrhosis or chronic liver disease. People with liver disease often develop fluid imbalances due to the liver's reduced ability to produce proteins like albumin. Salt water, particularly with added sodium, may worsen this by encouraging further water retention, which may manifest as ascites, fluid buildup in the abdomen, or swelling in the legs and ankles. The liver also plays a role in managing hormone systems that regulate salt and water balance. In cirrhosis, these systems become dysregulated, leading the body to retain salt even without external intake. Drinking salt water amplifies this imbalance and may lead to faster fluid accumulation, abdominal discomfort, or even difficulty breathing. Moreover, liver-damaged patients are often placed on strict sodium-restricted diets, and salt water directly contradicts that protocol. So for anyone with liver compromise, adding salt water is more of a setback than a support. 5. Edema, or chronic fluid retention. If your body already holds onto excess fluid, whether due to hormonal issues, medication side effects, or chronic illnesses, salt water may worsen the swelling. Sodium attracts and holds water, and when consumed through salt water, it tells the body to retain even more fluid in the tissues. This may lead to uncomfortable bloating, puffiness in the face or limbs, and added strain on the lymphatic and circulatory systems. In some cases, it may even impact mobility or breathing if fluid collects around the lungs. Conditions like lymphedema, premenstrual bloating, or post-surgical swelling are made worse when sodium levels rise. While some believe natural salts balance the system, the fundamental problem is water retention, and salt water only fuels that fire. If you're prone to fluid buildup, this isn't the hack you want to try. While these benefits are impressive, it's important that we don't go overboard. If you overconsume salt water or use regular refined table salt, you could end up facing issues like high blood pressure, bloating, or even kidney strain. To stay on the safe side, make sure you're using mineral-rich, unprocessed salts like Himalayan or sea salt, not the heavily processed kind, and always dilute your mixture properly. About 1 teaspoon of salt in 250 to 300 milliliters of warm water is enough. If you're managing any health conditions like heart disease, kidney problems, or high blood pressure, it's best to check with your doctor first before adding salt water to your daily routine. In this amazing video, we learned about the benefits of 1 spoonful of salt water for our body. But did you know that there are many ways to protect your health? Want to find out more? Watch, avoid ginger if you are dealing with any of these health conditions. Or watch 11 powerful reasons why you must eat blueberries every day. Watch one, or even better, watch both. What are the benefits of salt water? Do you know? Let us know in the comments below.